Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are in a different space today. We're actually in my bedroom. Today we're going to be filming a Q&A. So I was thinking, I've only had my YouTube channel up for about 2 to 3 months, like actively uploading. And I realized that a lot of you who are coming and watching my videos probably don't know who I am unless you follow me on Instagram for a little while or you know my husband. So I figured we'd sit down and answer a couple of questions. People who follow me on Instagram and are part of my Discord would have seen that I prompted you guys to go and ask some questions for me to answer on here, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Don't worry, you're still going to be getting a top 100 horror movie video this week as well. You didn't get one last week, it was New Year's, I was very busy, so that will still be coming this week. I just had a little bit of time off is all. I feel like I've been doing that a lot lately. I need to get back into the grind now that it's the new year. So I've got a bunch of questions on my iPad here that you guys have asked, and we're going to get into it. So let's get started. Okay, first question. When is my birthday and what is my star sign? I am a Gemini. Do with that information what you will. My birthday is June the 14th, 1995. I share a birthday with Donald Trump and Boy George. Boy George? Yeah, Boy George. Again, do with that information what you will, but June 14th, 1995. I am 30. I'm turning 31 this year. And yeah, that's my birthday. Someone wants to know who my favorite bands are. My favorite band of all time is You Me at Six. Rest in peace. They broke up last year and did their final round of touring. I got to see their last show in Adelaide at the Gov, and it was incredible. I cried the entire time. And then I also really love Sticky Fingers. Sticky Fingers is right up there as well. You Me at Six I've been listening to since I was like 12 or 13. Like I've been there from the from the jump. I've been a fan of them from the very, very get-go. So I have a very, very special love for them. I have all of their albums on vinyl. A lot of them are signed. I have their hot sauce. I have cassette tapes. I have DVDs. I have the whole kit and caboodle. I really wanted to get their final tour book, but it was just so expensive, and times are tough these days, so I didn't end up getting, which is such a shame, because I really have been collecting their stuff my whole life. But I can respect that they've broken up now. A lot of bands don't really know when it's time to call it quits, so I can respect that after 20 years they finally hung the hat up, but they are very, very special to me. And then Sticky Fingers as well. I saw them for the first time in 2023 in Brisbane. That was a roller coaster in itself, that whole thing, to go and see them, because the first time I went up there, the show got cancelled like 5 minutes before they were going to go on stage. Then I had to fly back home, devastated, and then fly back like 2 months later to go and actually see them, and this time it worked out, but it was incredible. My music taste is a little bit all over the shop. Like, I like, pop punk and hard rock, and then I also love like the Australian surf rock and stuff like that as well. So it's all over the shop. It's just, if I like it, I like it. If it's catchy, it's catchy. But yeah, my two big ones are You Me at Six and Sticky Fingers. I've also recently been getting into the Ryans. The Ryans' new album, Everything Everywhere All at Once, is incredible. I recommend that highly. If you haven't listened to it, please do. It's life-changing. It's truly an incredible album. But yeah, those are my favorite bands, and that's kind of the music that I listen to. So, what was your first tattoo, and how many do you have? So my first tattoo I got when I was freshly 18, and I mean, like, I'd been 18 for like 2 days. It's this guy right here. It says, "If we climb this high, I swear we'll never die." It's lyrics from an Of Mice and Men song. Don't come for me. I was young. Okay. Overall, I think I have like 23 to 25 tattoos. I'm not really sure what to count this as, if it's like counted as one, because I got it in the one sitting, but it's also like technically 3 different things. I actually don't know. But I have mainly my arms. Yeah, I've got my arms, I have my stomach, I've got 3 on my legs, I have 1 behind my ear. Every time I try and count the ones on my arms, I get confused. I count them twice, I miss one, so like I actually don't know how many I have. But if you want a tattoo tour, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys. But yeah, let me know, because I'd love to go through them with you. But yeah, I think I have like 25, but this is my very, very first one. I was still in high school when I got it. So what's your dog's name? I would love to hear his adoption story. Ned, his name is Ned. He has an 8-year-old golden retriever. His adoption story isn't really all that crazy. I've had him since he was 8 weeks old. He is from a breeder, a reputable breeder. We did a lot of research before getting him. My dream dog was always a golden retriever. In future, if I was to get a dog again, I would really like to get one from a shelter. I'd love to give a dog in need a home. But at that time in my life, I had a very particular lifestyle, and I really wanted a dog that suited that. Not to say that you can't get that from a shelter, but at least getting a puppy, I was able to do the training, and yeah, I don't know. I've had him since he was a very, very small puppy, and he is just the absolute love of my life. I adore him. I'll pop some pictures up of him when he was a puppy, as well as what he looks like now. He is just an absolute joy. He's going to be turning 9 in April. Please don't come at me for the adopt don't shop thing. He was a present for my birthday. And yeah, he's come everywhere with me. He's with me. I'm looking over here because he's laying on the ground next to me. But yeah, he is just an absolute angel. So that's Ned, very sweet boy. Not against getting a dog from a shelter. It's just that I really wanted a golden retriever, and my partner at the time got me a golden retriever, which I'm very, very grateful for. So yeah, I also do love a good mixed breed though. Anyway, that's Ned. Another question. Hey girl, hey, do you remember your first celebrity crush when you were a kid? I spoke about this on my Instagram story the other day, actually. My first childhood celebrity crush was Thomas Brodie Sangster in Nanny McPhee. I just thought he was so cute. Do you like horror books or classic scary movies, 1950s or older? I'm going to be so totally honest with you. I haven't watched a whole lot of older horror movies. And I'm not huge on reading books. I'm trying to read more books. I'm hoping that this year I do get the opportunity to read more books. Last year I think I read one, which is not fantastic. But I would like to read some more. I have tried to sort of get into the Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, but didn't get through it, so I'm going to try and do that again. I also have Dracula up on my shelf as well because I really want to read that as well. But I don't really know a whole lot of older horror movies from pre-1950. That's also why I'm sort of doing the top 100 horror movie videos, because it's just going to broaden my horizons and let me sort of experience those older movies, because there are movies on there like Nosferatu from 1922 or something like that. So I'm really excited to actually sit down and be able to watch some super old movies that, you know, people probably just forget about, and movies that sort of helped shape the genre into what it is now. So yeah, but if I had to pick, probably Frankenstein, because that's the only one that I know the most about. But if we want to talk about like favorite horror movies in general, my favorites are the Saw franchise. Love the Saw franchise. The Saw franchise is my absolute favorite. Obviously Scream, specifically the first one. I feel like that's such a cop-out answer, but it genuinely is like one of my favorites. I just think it's so good, so classic. But yeah, Saw, Scream, Dead Silence. I'm a big James Wan fan. If James Wan's worked on it, except for Aquaman, because I don't watch superhero movies, not into them. If James Wan had something to do with it, I most likely really like it. So I'm talking like Insidious, Conjuring, Dead Silence, Saw, big fans. But Saw, Dead Silence was like the first horror movie that I ever saw in my life. Really loved that. I made Jared watch it the other month when I was visiting. It's just really awesome. I really like it. But yeah, those are probably my big three. So, Saw, Scream, Dead Silence. How did you meet Jared? I love this question. Okay, so Jared and I met because I was on TikTok one day and a clip got sent to me by a friend, and I'm pretty sure it was my friend Sally that sent it to me. I could be very wrong though, but I feel like I remember it being my friend Sally. She sent me one of the clips from his podcast, and I needed to know who the beautiful funny man with the mullet was. I was just like, who is this guy? He's so cute and so funny. And I sort of moved on with my life, you know, as you do. You see like a video of a cute person, you're just like, oh, they're really cute, and then just move on with your day. Moved on with my life for a couple of days, and then I was on TikTok, and that same video popped up again on my For You page, and I took it as a sign from the universe. I said, God wants me to find this guy. So I hunted him down on Instagram, and I followed him on Instagram, and I liked like one or two of his posts, but I left it for a little bit. I like just liked things as they popped up. On the occasion, I'd pop onto his page and like one or two things, hoping that he would eventually notice me, and he did, and he followed me back, and I was just like, yes, okay, one step closer. And so I waited very patiently until he posted something on his Instagram story that I could like reply something like cute to. So I waited, he posted something on his story, and I was like, perfect, I'm gonna reply to that. I did, and we have been inseparable ever since. So basically I just shot my shot in the DMs is basically what happened. And luckily for me it turned out and he liked me, and now we're married. So that's how Jared and I met. Your US move plans. Okay, so this is a long fucking process, and if you guys want me to keep you updated throughout the process, I'm absolutely more than happy to. But basically, so we got married in October when I was visiting. We just went to the Beverly Hills courthouse, got married. Our certificates arrived in the mail not too long ago. Jared has to go and get an apostle for mine and then post it to me, and then we have to start putting in paperwork. So we have to start putting in the first form, and then we have like 2 or 3 other forms. We basically have a lot of paperwork that we have to file and process. It's a very long, very expensive process. It's probably going to take about 12 to 18 months. So I'm going to be in Australia for a little while, at least until 2027. And then we're going to go from there. So we haven't quite started the process yet because it took 6 to 8 weeks for our marriage certificates to come. They only came in the last week or two. And obviously it's been Christmas and New Year's. So we've been quite busy with the holiday period, but now that we're in the new year, we're going to start getting that going, and hopefully I will be in America within a 2-year time frame, but we'll just see how we go. So yeah. Someone asked, what's your favorite season of Stranger Things and who's your favorite character? My favorite season of Stranger Things is season 2. I loved season 2. I just thought it was so cute. Them in their little Ghostbusters outfits and stuff. Season 2, I don't know why, but it just holds a very, very special, very dear place in my heart. I'm not sure whether it's because of like the time that it came out and what I was going through in my own personal life. But I remember season 2 dropping. I took the day off work, 2 days off work actually, and I came home, I put it on, I sat there and watched the entire season, because this is when they dropped the whole season at once, and I watched the entire season in one sitting. I think I finished at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I was hysterically crying the entire time. It was just so spectacular, and I think the acting from the kids was so good in season 2. It was just, yeah, I really love season 2. I also really love season 4. Season 4 was awesome, but season 2 and 4 are probably my big 2, but season 2 above everything else. I know a lot of people talk shit about season 2. Now that the final season's out, I'm seeing a lot of people being like, season 2 is so good, blah, 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 you guys slept on it. I'd never been sleeping on that season. That was always my favorite. I have the Crazy Together scene tattooed on my arm. I don't know if you can see that. Not a Byler fan, by the way. Not like that. I love their friendship because I have media literacy. And I have the Hellfire Club little guy on my arm as well. So, I mean, that kind of gives it to you right there. Season 2 and 4 are my two favorites. Favorite character? I am a Steve Harrington girly, but I'm also a Mike Wheeler apologist till the day that I die. Cry about it. I genuinely don't care. Someone just said anything nostalgic. Well, I'll tell you about my favorite childhood video game. Anything nostalgic, my favorite childhood video game is a game called Klonoa. It's on the PlayStation 1. I remember I had this game. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. It was so good. And then I lost it. And I couldn't find it anywhere. A friend bought it for me for my birthday, and then I lost the disc because I'm a useless piece of shit. Couldn't find it. Another friend bought me another copy of it, but didn't realize that it was in German, so I couldn't understand any of the subtitles and couldn't figure out, and like you couldn't change them. It was just in German. But it's basically like this cute little guy. I'll put it on the screen. His name's Klonoa, and he basically has to go and save the world from like being consumed by nightmares or darkness. Am I getting it confused with Kingdom Hearts? I just played this game. No, it's the same sort of premise, and you have to go like save the princess in order to stop the world from being engulfed by nightmares. It's really fucking stinking cute. It's like the stinking cutest game ever. I fucking love it. Anyway, I played it not too long ago because you could actually get it on the PlayStation 4. So I bought that shit on the PlayStation 4. As soon as I realized that you could buy it on the PlayStation 4, I was like, that is mine, I'm playing it. And I played it non-stop and I finished it and it was just, it's so cute. I love it. And I've also just started, I think the reason I'm also not sure if I'm getting it confused with Kingdom Hearts is because I just started playing Kingdom Hearts again, like 2 days ago. Really great game, by the way. What do I do for work? I am a vet nurse. I work in a specialist and referral emergency hospital. And I love it. I mainly work in the imaging and urgent care departments. I'm not so much in like internal medicine where they do like chemo and stuff, and I'm not really so much in surgery. I mainly do like imaging, so ultrasounds, CT scans, and also urgent care, which is like obviously the emergency department. And I love it. So I've been a vet nurse for, well, since I got Ned, basically. I've been in and out of it. Well, not in and out of it even. I've been in and out of it. I did have a small break during COVID because I was still studying and I needed placement. And it was hard to find a job and everything like that because I just moved to Mount Gambier. But yeah, I've been doing that maybe for about 8 years since I started studying. I've been qualified for about 2. COVID put like a pretty big halt on it, but I've been in industry doing all the normal nursey things for about 8 years. So I've been taking bloods, running anesthetics, doing all that fun stuff for nearly a decade. And I do really love the job. It does get tiring and exhausting, like emotionally and mentally, but it is also very, very rewarding. So I do really love my job. I'm very lucky. I know a lot of people find it really hard to get into. And I was just very lucky that I was able to get my foot in the door when I did. Before that, I was literally just working at KFC. Not that it's bad to be working in fast food, but like I wasn't feeling very rewarded or fulfilled doing that job. Worked in GP for most of the time that I've been a vet nurse in GP clinics, but I've just recently, in the last year, well technically like 6 months, I've moved into specialist referral and emergency. So that's my job. Favorite movie? My favorite movie, Jennifer's Body. Obviously. Jennifer's Body, Twilight, Dead Silence. But let me give you my top 5, okay? Let me give you my top 5. Jennifer's Body. And this is in no particular order, by the way. Jennifer's Body. I've already said Dead Silence for, like, horror movies, so I'm not going to say it for that, but otherwise that would be in here. The Lost Boys. American History X. The Butterfly Effect. Twilight. Yeah, that's a solid list. Those are my top 5. Do you have plans for future tattoos? Yes. Jared and I want to get tattoos together. He wants to get a little koala and I want to get a little rat. I would also really love to get my back done. I've been wanting to get my back done for such a long time, but it's just such a huge canvas. It would cost so much money, so I haven't done it yet, but I would love to get my back done. I'm not really sure what I would get there. Probably like a cool dragon or something. But I haven't really thought about it too much. But the next thing I think I'm going to be getting is probably the one with Jared. I'm not sure when though, so we'll see. What are your favorite animes? This is a great question. My favorite anime of all time is Tokyo Ghoul. I love Tokyo Ghoul and I really don't give a flying fuck. People are always just like, it's not canon, like the anime is not canon to the manga, they changed it. I just don't care. I just don't care. Can we just like enjoy it for what it is? Please. I'm begging on my hands and knees. Like it is so, I love Tokyo Ghoul. I think it is just so beautiful to watch. It's so incredible. I love the story. I love Kaneki's like character arc, especially going into season 2. I watched the first season with Jared and he thought like Kaneki, when you see his hair turn white and stuff, he thought it was so badass, and it is. It's just so incredible. Speaking of which, I would like to get a tattoo of Tokyo Ghoul. Next is obviously Death Note. So good. And then Naruto. I feel like these are such basic bitch answers, but there's a reason that Death Note and Naruto are as popular as they are, is because they're fucking good, okay? What is your favorite animal? My favorite animal? I love bats and raccoons. I love bats. Bats are so fucking cool. And I don't know if you know this is a fun fact I found out about bats recently. Did you know that they can move their, like, the boning in their wings, they can move individually like fingers. It's like each sort of point in their wing is like an individual finger. Did you know that? I didn't know that. They can move them individually. So cool. And raccoons are just so stinking cute. When I was in America, I didn't get a chance to see one in person. So devastated. I would go down and like sit by Jared's dumpster and just hope to God that I'd see one. Didn't though. He did call me the other day because there was one walking around in the street and I was like screaming on the phone. But bats and raccoons, super cute. Alright, what is your favorite TV show? Stranger Things and Skins. Skins was like such a controversial show. I shouldn't have been watching it at the age that I was, but I did, you know. Skins, I could rewatch Skins a million times, specifically seasons 1 through 4. Anything after that, not really interested. But seasons 1 through 4 are just unreal. Especially season 1 and 2 are my absolute favorites. But 3 and 4, when I first started getting into them, when I first watched them, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's sick. Genuinely, so fucking cool. I don't care what anyone says about it. I love Skins. And we've had so many cool actors come out of Skins. Like, we've got Nicholas Hoult, we've got Kaya Scodelario, Dev Patel, Jack O'Connell. Come on now. A lot of really cool actors coming out of Skins that I really love. And Stranger Things speaks for itself, you know. Now that it's over, it's like, it's so heartbreaking to think about. I really love the finale. Don't ask me to go into detail about it because I will start arguments with people. Genuinely, I think it's one of the greatest shows of all time. And I think the finale was perfect. And I don't care what anyone says about it. Argue with the wall. Next question. Who is your favorite wrestler? I don't know if you can see him back there, but CM Punk is my man. Alright, I love CM Punk. He is my favorite wrestler. I just think he's so cool. I also really love AJ Lee. Was a huge fan of her back in the day. Modern day, obviously Rhea Ripley, but still CM Punk above everyone else. So, and Rhea Ripley's from Adelaide, which is where I live, so that's really cool. I love that. I've actually gone to see a few Riot City wrestling shows, which is the independent indie wrestling company that she started wrestling at. I thought about joining actually like 2 years ago. I was like training, going to the gym, and like being like, I'm gonna join the wrestling. And then I realized that I didn't want to take a bump like that, so I didn't. But yeah, I do really like Rhea Ripley, but CM Punk is my guy. That is all the questions that I have for today. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you learned a little bit more about me, and I hope that you like me still. You will have your next episode of Top 100 Horror later this week, so stay tuned for that. If you liked this video and are keen to keep up with what I'm doing, feel free to follow me on all my social media. I'm killer_koala on absolutely everything, on Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the post notifications so you know every time I post, comment, like, share, all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!